Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at another piece of gear from the Swiss Army. What you see in front of you are a pair of low ankle Swiss Army boots with the attached leather gaiters. Now these boots were used for quite a while from, I would say, early 20th century, at least World War II, up until the late 70s when they switched to kind of a medium style between a regular army boot that also had the straps on the top, and then in the 90s they switched to the KS90, which is just a pretty standard regular army boot. But this one's definitely interesting, and the configuration is interesting because of the low ankle and the attachable leather gaiters. And afterwards they switched to more of a modern Gore-Tex wool style gaiter that's like blue, but this is the original. And yeah, we'll take a look at this piece of footwear. So one of the things, I want to talk about right away is the condition. These are very old. I think one of these is from 1964, and the leather is very stiff. It's not very supple. The tread is pretty worn down, but on the gaiters, the condition of the leather is very good, very supple. You can just tell that these were taken care of, kept in good shape. And yeah, so over the years there were a number of variations in the style of these gaiters. They're fundamentally the same with this strap underneath and then these three straps, but I think this is one of the later versions from like 1969 because of these metal divots. And if you can go back online, you can see that there are slight variations in the different versions. You can tell here's where the leather was stitched, and these are pretty much designed to come all the way over and cover up the laces, protect the laces from coming undone, and protect the lower leg of the uniform from getting full of dust, debris, water, etc. They're pretty simple to do and undo. Since we're not actually wearing them on a person, we can just take them off by using this strap right here. So all we got to do is pull this, bring this back, and then it'll come off right like this, and then this piece will just come off. If we were actually wearing this, we'd have to take these three off as well. But we can see the inside. We can see the metal divots right here. These two right here hold on this piece, and these two right here hold on this piece right here. And just to get a better look, the straps themselves are a little bit more worn, but the exterior of the gaiters is still in really good shape. Let's take a look at the actual shoe though. So here it is. Underneath looks quite a bit different than what you'd imagine an army boot to look like. Low ankle, as I mentioned previously. Got a little strap here for removing it. The color, this upper part is actually pretty supple. It's really just down where the toe is. That's really like extremely stiff. They're kind of like stuck in this crease is kind of like stuck in there. I'm sure if I did some research, I could probably get these things a little bit more supple, but I really just have these for display purposes, not for actually regular wear. Yeah, so we see here we have the lace right here, these metal studs where we lace it up, and then on the inside you'll see there's a lot of information here. So here's the manufacturer, Henke, and there's more information here as well. The year of production. It's kind of hard for the camera to show it, but it says 1964. This is right here, you can see the size 27 and a half, and then a number 5 there. And then under that it says, what does it say? 1C. So that's what it says right there. And then way further down, right there, you can see it says 1964. On the bottom here, we kind of have like a Vibram sole. Before they used this all rubber underneath, they used a lot of hobnails and other metal pieces in order to get, traction. But that stuff falls out over time, and so they kind of gradually got rid of that and switched to this all rubber pattern. Although you can see there are like 4 nails to keep this heel in, and you can see it's got that pretty common on military shoes, the wear pattern like this. I'm not sure why this happens, but you always find that there's like wear right here if it's been worn before. And this part as well is worn more than other pieces. There's a lot of information right here actually. Let's see if we can focus this. So we've got 28, 64, and G. 28 is probably the European sizing, 64 is the year of production, G is something else, and then something here, Fabrication Suisse, so that's obviously stands for Swiss. And then there's this like logo / label, it says Du pour KTA or something. And then right here we have the same information, 28, 64, and then G, and then the same exact logo right here, the same exact information. So that's pretty cool. The other one is actually, I believe it's a different shoe in a different year entirely. I bought this pair was only like $10, so it's pretty cheap. But I don't think they were a matching pair. They're slightly different. But yeah, here's the other Gaiter. Pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Also in very good condition. We'll remove this right here. And remove this buckle. Any second now. Hold on now. There we go. Take this off. Here we have our other shoe, exactly the same in terms of the studs right here. Let's compare. The two look pretty similar on this side, but I do think this one is a different manufacturer, or at least a different year. So this is also KTA, and I think this is 1965 though. So here we have the other more information stamped right here. See if we can. So that says 58, but I don't think that's the year of production. I think that's another informational stamping. Right here there's a lot of information as well. Kind of hard to read though. I think. Okay, so this says GC something 35, and then 65 at the bottom. Oh, so this says Minerva. Yeah, so this says Minerva right here. So that's interesting. And then I didn't really mention this on the other one, but there's like a tongue right here that's also leather. So pretty neat. Same sort of loop right here to remove. Same sort of wear pattern. Underneath though, I think they're both identical. So yeah, pretty similar. The only really difference for this one is the year of production. It's also got these 4 nails right in here. And 2865G, again, same size. Roughly translates to a US size 9. And right here, there's actually a lot of information. We can see DATYWYLER, Altdorf, looks like a location. And then SAAG. So this looks like the manufacturer as well. KTA is probably a military designation. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know if you use these. I've really been trying to figure these out though, because online, apparently they only used these up until the 70s. But then in the 90s, they switched to the KS90 boot, which is a more conventional, just kind of like a regular looking military boot. But in between, they kind of had an interesting style because it was kind of a cross between, it kind of looked like the French Army Ranger boots, kind of, or the Czech M60 buckle boots. They kind of had a buckle at the top, but the bottom was regular. So I've seen some photos online of those. I guess that's what they used in between in the 80s and maybe like the late 70s and 80s until they switched to the KS90. For whatever reason, I haven't really been able to find those for sale. The KS90 is extremely common to find on sale. There's a lot of surplus of those. These are also pretty easy to find. They can be a little bit more pricey depending on if they're you know, dating back to World War II. If they're the hobnail ones, they can be a little pricier. But the ones in between, I haven't really seen for sale online. I've seen a few pictures on a website, but if you have more information, like what did you wear? If you were in the Swiss Army in the 80s, please let me know like what you wore as footwear, because I'm genuinely curious. I'd like to know. But yeah, thank you guys for taking a look. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you found it a little entertaining. These are pretty cheap. You can find these very commonly in surplus stores. You could probably use them over any modern boot, and I'm sure they'd hold up pretty well. They seem very well made. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.